You're always taking pictures while you're here in Barcelona, but have you ever taken the picture of the plaque commemorating the first picture ever taken in Barcelona? It's just one of the things that we'll see in this video as we uncover the hidden gems in Barcelona's La Barceloneta neighborhood. On November 10, 1839, the first picture ever taken in the city was right here at the old customs building at the Pla de Palau. That first picture was of La Llotja and the Casa Xifré, where the Set Portas restaurant is. While unfortunately we no longer have that original photo, there is this plaque to mark that historic event. But not only was it the first picture ever taken in the city, but also all of Spain. The photographer that day was Ramon Alabern y Molas, and it actually took 2 attempts to get the photo right, because they had to make sure that nobody appeared in the photo and started moving, something almost inconceivable today. What's really interesting is why we don't have that original photo. You have to think that back in the 19th century, it would have taken over 20 minutes just to get that picture. So to make everything a little bit more interesting, they had a big event and raffled off the photo. They gave it away, and we never saw it again. While unfortunately that original photo doesn't exist, a reproduction from 1842 gives you a great idea of what it would have looked like. And taking pictures is a whole lot easier now. So while you're in town, come on over and get your own version of that original photo. And if you do, throw it up on Instagram and tag me. And we don't even have to go far for our next hidden gem. Right here in the same plaza, we've got 2 lampposts that were created by Antoni Gaudí. Now maybe you've seen the more famous of the lampposts that are over in the Plaza Real, but this version here is a little bit different. The lampposts at the Pla de Palau were built over a decade after their more famous counterparts. You can see that they only have 3 arms instead of 6. You'll also find an inverted crown held up by dragons instead of that helmet for the god of Mercury and god of commerce. Now both the lampposts here and in the Plaza Real were part of a larger project by Gaudí to set up lampposts all around the city in front of some of Barcelona's most famous monuments. But that project unfortunately never came about. And while we only have 4 today in the city, it allows us to see some of the earliest works by Barcelona's most famous architect. Because everyone's always going down to the beach when they visit La Barceloneta, they always miss out on the interior of the neighborhood. If you hop just off that main drag, you'll get over to Plaza de la Barceloneta with the neighborhood church, San Miquel de Port. The church, along with the rest of the Barceloneta, was built in 1753 in the wake of the War of Spanish Succession. Much like the neighborhood, a lot has changed over the years, but the facade still allows you to see what the Barceloneta of old would have been. It's one of the few Baroque-style churches in the city, and while it doesn't compete with some of the bigger names, if you're in the neighborhood, stop on by. But it's not just the church, but the plaza as a whole that's become super important to the neighborhood. In fact, if you're here at the end of September, this is where they host their big festivals of the neighborhood, the Festa Major de la Barceloneta. And what you've got are some different concerts with all of those sailor songs called habaneros, and you've also got some burnt rum. But more than anything, this is just a quieter place. Getting off of Joan de Borbó, it's much easier and better to walk. And if there's one place to try in La Barceloneta, it's La Copa Fumada. It's right here in the central square, but it's a little bit tricky to find because it doesn't have a sign and it's usually only open in the mornings. It's a typical Barceloneta bar that's been open since 1944, serving all types of fish and tapa. But the star tapa you have to try is La Bomba de la Barceloneta, which was invented here. This place is truly one of the authentic bars left in the neighborhood, and it's packed with people all the time. So make sure that you come early or you'll be waiting in line. And if you're having trouble finding it, that line always helps you know where it is. And just down the road, you'll notice an interesting statue hanging on the wall. And I'm willing to bet that not even a lot of locals know what it is today. The statue is called Al Negre de la Riba, and it was used for many years as the boogeyman to help parents scare their kids, making sure that they behaved. We have to go back to the year 1860 when Francesc Bonjoc found the figurehead among parts of a ship that had burned along the port and used it to decorate his tavern and bring in clientele. The damage from the fire led everyone to believe that it was an African warrior, giving it the nickname that it holds today. After changing locations several times, it was given to the Maritime Museum and discovered that it was actually a Native American from the Iroquois tribe. Now you can find the original today in the Maritime Museum, but this replica has been here since 2003 to honor the celebration of the neighborhood's 250th anniversary. This one's not so hidden, but I don't think people take advantage of it enough. The port cable car connects Montjuic right here to San Sebastian Beach, and it's offering some of the best views that you'll find all over Barcelona. My personal recommendation is to take it down and land here so you can start exploring La Barceloneta, because there's definitely a lot less people waiting up top to come down than there are down here waiting to go up. The port cable car opened in 1931 and will have you flying over the city in a trip that lasts just under 10 minutes, but it gives you unmatched view. The two towers, San Sebastian and San Jaume, connect to Miramar, which is another great lookout point to see all of Barcelona. But you've also got a restaurant right up top. Torre de Alta Mar is a top-rated restaurant in Barcelona that actually had a Michelin star in 2022. I love taking the cable car back and forth, getting those views, but I still haven't been up to the restaurant myself. And if you already have, let me know with a comment below what you thought. Because so many people visit La Barceloneta just to get over to the beach, you can miss out on some amazing things. But in some of the other more visited neighborhoods and tourist areas, there are also some great hidden gems. So click on this playlist next, which should be covering up the W Hotel, to find out more about Barcelona's best hidden gems. Can you imagine standing here for 20 minutes waiting to get that photo?